I was born in Texas. My father wanted to go back to farming, and we went to eastern Oklahoma, and I really fell in love with the wildlife. So when my brother and I would be out in the forest running around, just enjoying ourselves, and we would see a squirrel, man, that would be such an exciting event.
They say that Mother Nature is always speaking. You just have to listen. Dale Johnson heard her call his name years ago and made it his life's mission to capture her beauty and share it with the world.
It is a soul-lifting experience just to be able to know, to be able to be in a position where you can enjoy nature and be close to it.
As far as the filmmaking, when did you get into dabbling with film and video?
Even in junior high school, our teacher would show us a film, a 16 millimeter film, and I was the only person in the class that knew how to thread the projector. But when I was in the service, I managed to put enough money together to buy a camera, a 16 millimeter camera. And when I got out of the service, my brother wanted to travel. So we bought an old milk van, converted it into kind of a camper, and we started down the Pan American Highway with the intention of going all the way into South America and maybe into Brazil and the jungles.
Dale would do his very first filming on that long trip in a milk van. He and his brother made it all the way to the lower Panamanian jungles near the Colombian border, where they got the rare chance to live among the Chaco Indians. And that's when he realized that capturing and sharing nature's stories all over the world is what he was born to do.
Where all have you traveled?
I've done films in Switzerland, Norway, Sweden, the Caribbean, Costa Rica, China, Italy, Israel, Jordan. Some of my travel films have been in the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, 3 films there, 3 films in Alaska.
So brag to me a little bit. Who all have you worked with?
Well, National Geographic I've been booked by them a number of times to show films. I worked with Century Productions for a while, even filming, directing the Lone Star Sportsman TV series. From there I went to NASA, worked with NASA for about 5 years making films there. So I went to Alaska, opened my own company, made commercials and documentary films in Alaska for a few years.
It's not every day you meet a world-renowned filmmaker, especially one residing in Lubbock. It's from that home base on the South Plains of Texas that Dale continues to produce wildlife documentaries about the people and the creatures that make up this great planet. From reindeer racing through rivers to pine squirrels scampering along the trees, Dale and his camera have captured it all. Why is what you do important?
It's important to me just because it's a chance to communicate some ideas that I have, to show an expression about how the world exists, in my opinion.
Do your films have a message?
Not a hardcore message per se. I think subtly I hope they convey a respect for nature and having a fear that this is not all going to last.
We met a man who sees and captures images that will take your breath away. Mountains engulfed by a blanket of snow, to villagers living a life worlds apart from our own. Each moment is a memory that will forever be preserved thanks to Dale and his camera, and we can think of no better way to have spent a life.
Nature is so much more than us, and the other aspect of that is what are we doing to nature, and man, that's a long, big subject, but it's real.
How long do you think you'll do this?
Until I quit breathing, I think. Until right now, I'm chronologically, I'm 83. Physiologically, I hope I'm maybe not quite there.
If you had one sentence that would describe you when you're gone.
Now that's a good thought. An epitaph, an epitaph. He came from dust, he returns to dust, and he loved every minute in between.
I love that story.
Me too, and we've got plenty more where that came from.
Just click on the subscribe button and keep traveling with us.